Hi, everybody. I'm Alvin, and as you can see, Marcy's not here with me tonight because it's a special episode, and this is a Father's Day episode. I have three special guests on tonight, and you don't want to miss them. So join us on Alvin and Marcy with Life and Marriage. See you soon. Bye. Hey, daughters.
Hey
Hi,
there.
Dad.
So, you ready? You excited for this episode?
Yeah, we finished.
That's it. Yeah. Am I nervous a little bit? Yeah, but I'm up for it because y'all know me. Um, I'm the type person. If you ask me something, I'm going to give you an honest answer. And so I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
So I'm ready. Fire away.
Don't be scared. All right. Well, I will go first. The question I have for you is, how often did your father tell you that he loved you?
Hmm. Well, to be totally honest, um, and to be fair, I I'll say that I can't ever remember my father telling me he loved me. That doesn't mean he hadn't told me when I was in my younger days, but I don't remember him ever telling me he loved me. But I'll tell you this, without a shadow of a doubt, I knew my father loved me. Some people say that action speaks louder than words, and it is true. But I've made it my habit, to tell my family that I love them. So
I have a follow up question to that. So, do you think it was because of the male dynamic? Because obviously you had three girls, so the game might have been a little different. So do you think it was because like a man thing, like you're just supposed to know? Um,
it may have been,
okay.
and your mother and I, we kind of talked about it a little bit, and I don't know if he was ever told he was loved, and so it may not have been a thing that they did. Um, so again, to be fair, I don't remember it, but it's no doubt in my mind that my father
Well, I have a question.
loved
All right, so what is something you think that every girl dad should know?
him. First of all, being a father to daughters, being a father, period, is a gift from God. Being a father to daughters, you have to remember that you're raising queens. Um, and real kings treat their queens with dignity and respect. The only way that I see, the best way that I see, is to teach your daughters dignity and respect, is to show it through their mother, teach their mother with dignity and respect. And so um, it is, it is the older y'all got in the dating time. I was nervous, and I still am. I still am because I'm concerned about you know your welfare, and with daughters, it's just a different kind of bond. Like you don't really want to let your daughters off the out there to do their thing. Boys, you like you 18, let's get going. You know, girls, it's a different thing. So it's a pleasure, it's an honor to to have daughters. It's a gift from God, and I don't take it lightly.
So speaking of um, allowing us to go out in the world and do our thing, have we done anything to disappoint you in our journey so far?
This one was tough. Um, I cannot really say that it hurt me, anything that was done to hurt me. Um, and it kind of goes into another question that y'all have for me is I think that I think you all lowered your standards to what you deserve. I think you set your standards uh, too low. Um, I always want who you be with to be better than me. Not that I set this high bar, but at least you know uh, be with someone who um, will be responsible, take care of you. So to be, you go through life and you make your choices and you learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes, sometimes I'll tell you the truth. I blamed it on myself. I asked your mom, like, what did I do? Like, what did I do for them to lower their standards? And but it's your choice. You can't help who you fall in love with. You can't help who you're attracted to. Uh, and to say that it deeply disappointed me, I made bad choices. You know, before I found your mom, I made bad choices. So disappointed um, is just maybe not the word I want to use. Now I'll say this: one time, you, sweetheart, disappointed me um, really bad, and it wasn't it wasn't, how do I say this? It was because I was afraid. I was afraid um, when you announced your second announcement to me and your mom, um, that that I was afraid. You had just come through something, and I was afraid, and that was the biggest thing. But we thank God that coming through it with a gift, the gift that you gave us, um, is just beyond words. We thank God that it came through, but we were just afraid that scared us to death. That was the disappointment of it happening was that's not what I'm saying. It was just at the time it was very, but I just can honestly say that you all have been great daughters from what I have experienced. Like I've never really had to get y'all out of trouble. uh, but so again, disappointment is not really the word I want to use. Just
So I think I would say to that point, it didn't have those decisions that we made in particular people didn't have as much to do with you, your fathering, parenting, period.
No.
It was a journey that we had to take, learning ourselves, loving ourselves, um, and choosing those people. That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother podcast.
yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't a reflection of what we saw at all. It was just, part of the journey.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hopefully we have learned.
Yeah. We've always seen you love and respect our mothers.
Mhm.
So it had nothing to do with what we seen.
And again, personally, in those situations where I was not being treated like I saw, I knew it wasn't right. But, when you're in it, sometimes just you got to grow and learn through it.
Absolutely. And as y'all know that I didn't say a whole lot. I didn't spaz a whole lot. I just prayed.
You was on call.
Yeah. I was on call.
And still is.
Yeah. I was definitely on call, but I prayed. That's what I did. So
Okay.
yeah.
So, do you feel like you've ever done anything to disappoint us as a father?
I can name many things that I feel like I've disappointed you all over. Um, but the two that kind of comes to my mind is I wish I would have been a better handler of money. Teach y'all how to be better handlers of money. That's one. Secondly, um, I, there was a time in my life where I wasn't the model father. Some of the people I used to hang around with, some of the things I used to do when I used to hang around with people, it 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 bothers me that y'all saw me at that time. Y'all saw me, and y'all weren't, y'all intelligent to know, intelligent enough to know that I was in a bad place. So to let y'all see me in the bad space that I used to be, thank God for Jesus that I'm not there anymore. But uh, I think that was it's probably more disappointing to me than it was to y'all. So that there.
I think those journeys are important still, though, because it allows us to see our parents as people and not just parents.
Definitely.
You know, but yeah, I can do that.
This kind of goes along with letting us go out and date as well. Um, what has been your opinion of the men that we've chosen?
Um, like I said, the other question kind of blended into it. Um, the men that you've chosen so far, um, um, excluding the present, um, um, uh, I felt they were undeserving. That's the word that I come up with. They were undeserving. Like you were. My daughters are queens. My daughters are smart. They're well spoken, talented. They're gifted. They love God. The world is yours, and I think that some of these young men were thorns. They, they saw the qualities in y'all, and they really wanted the qualities in y'all, but they didn't know how to handle it. They really didn't know. They didn't know the gift that they had in their hands.
They deserve it.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't deserve the time that y'all gave to them. Uh, so I'm still praying. I'm still praying uh, that the ones who find you deserve you. Like I'm not handing my daughters over to anybody. That part when you walk out down the aisle and say, "Who giveth this woman to be married to this man?" I'm not just going to hand y'all off to anybody because right now y'all are still mine. And so when that day comes that I'm waiting for, who giveth this woman to be married to this man, I'm going to feel confident that I am handing them over to someone who's going to love, respect, take care of them.
So, looking back, is there anything we would have done differently as a father?
Um, Again, there's a lot of things. I mentioned the teaching you money. I mentioned the fact, in the space that I was in, I wish that I hadn't have been there. But I mean, I agree that it's a journey that you all had to uh, see. Um, Done differently, mm, I don't know. I can't name anything like specifically because there are some things that I wish I would have done differently. I tried to, we moved quite a few times. So I wish we didn't have to move as many times as we did. Um, but I tried to show stability everywhere we went. Um, we stayed in some places that weren't really good,
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part, we stayed in homes and neighborhoods that were good. So I guess I wish we would have had a more stable um, housing.
I guess that kind of ties into the money management and different
Yeah,
stuff like
exactly. That's what it
that.
was.
But you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every step of the way.
We was moving as a family, so
It sure was.
I don't even think I mean I did hate that one house. Really bad.
Yeah.
I hated that one house.
Yeah. So did I.
We wasn't moving in two different directions. We was moving as a family. So
Yeah.
always.
And I mean, I thank y'all for then. I thank y'all now because that 1 year that we stayed in that one house was a tough time, and it allowed us one thing. It put in your mother and I's mind that we'll never go back there again. And so whatever it takes, and again, we trust God that everything from now on is moving forward, getting better. The closer we get to Him, the better things get. So that was whatever lesson that was for us. It was a tough one, but I thank y'all for hanging in there with us.
Like I said, always.
10 toes. So obviously we got to grow up with you, seeing you as dad, but specifically Jaleesa and I get to see you now as a grandfather. So we wanted to know what what do you feel is your most important role as a grandfather? So you do have two granddaughters, but then you also have a grandson, and the game is a little different, naturally. But I'd like to know your perspective regarding the girls, because I mean you're an expert at this point, and then with your grandson.
I'll start with the girls, and it's the same thing with y'all. It's the same thing. They need to see me treat their grandmother with respect. They need to let them see me treat y'all with respect. As young adult women, um, they watch me closely. Um, they love some Day Day, and Day Day loves them, and they know it. And Veda's getting to the age now where so with Veda, I'm getting at that point where y'all were beginning to grow into young women, and I'm looking at her like
having deja vu.
I'm having some deja vu. And again, she's smart, she's witty, uh, she's well spoken. She's got all the values of you all's, especially your mother. She's got all those values, and she's starting to look at little boys, and she's starting to shape up. And so yeah, I'm locked and loaded right about now. So that's just the way it is. But I'm going to just continue to do the same thing that I would do with y'all. I'm going to pray. I can't follow her around. I couldn't follow y'all around. I would have drove myself crazy. We're gonna have to
not drive yourself crazy.
Yeah. We're gonna have to support her mother because her mother is gonna woo. But I mean, it's a beautiful thing to watch my granddaughter. I don't remember my grandmother. I don't remember my grandfather. So the pleasure and the honor that I have just for having granddaughters are just
spoiled, rotten grandchildren.
Zariah, that is Y'all knows Orion. She's got me wrapped around her finger.
Mm-hmm.
But so did y'all. And that's that's my heart. Yo, so did y'all did. Yeah, y'all did. That's my heart. As far as DJ, it may not be fair to DJ how I DJ looks so much like your brother, Lamar. And I am enjoying the opportunity again to try and mold him into a man. Um, he's another smart, he's intelligent, I can't say enough about any of my grandchildren. They make me so proud. And I just see so many things and their future being so bright. I try to pour in him every opportunity that I get um, about real life, man stuff. Um, and so because he's growing fast, and even though he's 6 foot tall and 11 years old, I feel that he's mature enough to have some discussions. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I do. I don't want to be one of those families that have all these family secrets. Yeah. I don't want to be. We were earlier today. We were talking about love.
Well, DJ,
I was talking about love with your son. Yeah, and the fact that because we were having a discussion about my father saying that he loved me, and the fact that sometimes action speaks louder than words. And I told him sometimes the phrase "I love you" is not a heartfelt thing. Mm-hmm. It's used a lot of times by men to get something that they want. Sure. And I didn't go too deep on that.
To quote the lyrical music soul child, so many people use your name.
So many, yeah. So many people use the name of love in vain. And like I said, I didn't shock them. I didn't go too deep. Mm-hmm. But too many times they say "I love you" just to get something that you want. Women do it too, but we were talking from a man's perspective. Too many times do young men use that phrase so loosely. I don't use "I love you" loosely. When I say it, I mean it, and then I show it. So yeah, I told him, love doesn't hurt. You can't say "I love you" and abuse them mentally, physically, or emotionally. You can't do that. You show love when you say it. So it's just an honor to be able to spend time with them. They'll know me. Mm-hmm. That's just blows my mind.
All right, so I have a question.
Okay.
Do you enjoy being the father of us as adults more than as children? You were as children.
I'm looking forward to this question.
Really? So I got a baby. Oh yeah, her name is Jada. Oh yeah, and then I got Jalisa, such a pretty baby. Oh Lord. Jalisa. Then I got Janae. She finally made her way into my Jesus word. She's such a pretty girl. So I enjoyed y'all as I made songs for y'all. I enjoyed that. But allowing, God allowed me to see y'all as adults is a real special blessing. Especially the fact that we can sit down and have a conversation. Mm-hmm. Like y'all respect me, I respect y'all as young women. And so it's a hard question for me because I enjoyed that. But this here is just a blessing. So I can't say I enjoy one more than there was a period in your lives that I couldn't stand any of you.
That's
them
facts.
teenage years.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
facts,
yeah. I
though.
love y'all. I love y'all.
That's facts.
But-
As a noun parent, I get it.
Because one thing, just like you were saying about DJ earlier, you said DJ don't care nothing about me. Y'all disappeared from me. Y'all disappeared from me, and you were growing. You had your own opinions.
Yeah, they call it when we start smelling ourselves.
Smelling yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Never stop loving you. I'm like, who she thinks she talking to?
I didn't
I
mean
didn't
it.
have that.
Okay, all right, but it. I mean, again, I'm enjoying the whole journey.
I mean, to that point, I feel like I'm enjoying this space more because I get to see y'all as humans,
Mhm.
and it's more fun. Like when you teens and young kids, it's like, man, they always yelling at me.
Mhm.
They always telling me to do something. But now we can like laugh about,
The same
adult
jokes.
things,
Right. We can't do nothing. She always telling us no. And then
Right.
you turn around and your kids ask you for something, you like,
No.
no.
Right. That was the parents laughing at us. The parents like,
Yeah.
remember when you did that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I enjoyed this stage. I think myself, I enjoyed this stage more.
Yeah, y'all laugh at me, and I still do silly things,
Mm-hmm.
and so I enjoy it. I do too.
Okay, this is my question. I'll edit this part. Okay, so my question, and this is the last question that we have. What quality in each of us do you think we get from you?
I had to give this one some thought too. First thing I can say is that your perception of people, your what's the word? What's the word when you think of you see things ahead?
Like intuition
Your
or
intuition,
this.
but your people gauge is key. Um, you 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 can see people from afar, and it's a good quality to have. You've always cordial, but there, whether it's a quality or not, there really is not much of a gray area with us. We we either like you or love you, and we're going to keep that gray area. We'll keep cordial.
It's because we were brought up with respect. Like
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's just like I either fool with you and I don't, and I'm usually able to determine that
Right.
pretty quickly. I'm not going to cuss you out or disrespect you, but it's going to be like,
I'm going to keep my distance.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to love you from over here.
Yeah.
Right.
The discernment. That's the word I was looking for.
As children of God, love you as a
As-
child
Yeah.
of God.
Yeah.
Amen.
And that's okay because we're supposed to have that quality to know when people really don't mean you well. So that quality collectively, I believe all of you have. Individually, JD, you're a grinder. You grind, and I've always tried to make it happen. Come rain or shine, literally, whatever you had to do to make it happen legally, to have your home, to take care of your son, you did it and you do it, and so that is a quality that I think you have. Jaleesa, you are gifted in a lot of things. You're gifted in a lot of things, and I've always been a what do you call it? A master of many.
Yeah, jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades.
That's a
yeah,
fact.
yeah.
Right.
And most of them I was pretty good at. So Jaleesa, You have that quality. You have that gift, and I pray that you really, really hone in on it, because the Bible says your blessing is in your gift. He gives everybody, your prosperity is in your gift. He gives everybody a certain gift to prosper from. And so I really wish you would hone in on your technical skills and the gifts that God gave you. It's not a mistake that you got that quality from me. Janae, your love for your family, not saying that you all don't love your family, but these little kids in this family draw to you like, you know, they just, and it surprises me because you act like the mean aunt sometimes.
This Mother Goose.
Yeah. But they draw to you like a magnet. And I've always had a gift of drawing younger people. Your friends, I love your friends. They draw to me and they call me Uncle. Yeah, Uncle Alvin. And so you had that quality as, Aunt Nene, anybody calling you Aunt Nene. And you, that gift is another gift from God. Where it takes you, you can decide that. It doesn't have to be in your current occupation to draw kids. You can draw people. You can draw grown people. But your gift to drawing younger people and have them draw to you is one of the gifts I believe that you got from me also.
Her spirit doesn't.
Yeah.
Her face might say one thing.
Yeah.
That's weird. Like I never thought of that. I never really thought of that.
Yeah. That's what I see. That's what I see. Yeah. So here's a question, I guess, for you all. As a father, as a transparent father, do you think that I am leading my home properly? Do you think what attributes that you wish your father would? You. I know y'all think a lot of me, but just think what I wish my father would have done. What?
You gonna go first?
I don't know if I can start there with I wish you would have done, because I feel like what you did do has, like you said, put a map the blueprint for the type of man that we should be waiting for. Never. I mean, I said this on the last episode. We never missed a Christmas, never missed a meal. So you were there even when you weren't actually in the home. You might have been at work. We always felt protected. We always were provided for. We always felt loved. So even, with struggles or anything like that, I don't think you could have done anything differently, because it allowed us to have the type of relationship that we have with you now. We always feel like we can still come and talk to you, and you would give us the real. You would let us know when things weren't the best. You were transparent about that. So you've always just been a stand-up person, even through your imperfections in my eyes. And you were an amazing father. But as you were talking about DJ, there's nobody in this world that I would rather have in his life to help guide him than you. I know that, there have been some situations happening where the first person I thought to call was you, to talk to him. And I'm so thankful to God that he has you, and y'all have your own personal relationship. It means so much to me. It means so much.
It means the world to me. It's the world to me. It is a honor that I will never take for granted. I will never. And I started off saying that, I didn't, I almost didn't think it was fair to DJ for me to picture him in the eyes of, Lamar, but I can't help it.
Yeah.
I can't help it. He looks so much like he acts like him sometimes.
Absolutely.
And so Lamar was Lamar. This is DJ, and I'll never try to mold him into being his uncle.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't explain how it makes me feel to have a grandson. I couldn't talk your mom into having another one, so that, yeah.
I can say that the only thing, and it's not bad, the only thing that I wish you would have done first was to do some self-care for yourself. Is you trying to hold the family together to take care of yourself, your mental, just to make sure you were okay first. But we have always felt secure, like Jada said. When you come home from work or doing whatever you did, when you step back into the house, it's always like this
Right.
calm feeling for me. It's everything always just feels held together. I mean, not saying that when mom is home that everything is not okay, but when dad steps in the house, it's just like, okay, dad is home. You've always made the house feel secure. Not everybody has that, and can't explain what a blessing it is for us.
It's a blessing for me, and I'm learning. I'm learning to take care of myself better because a man's mindset is like you got to take care of your family, no matter what. I don't eat till y'all eat. That's a man's mindset. It should be. I don't eat until you eat, and so I'm getting better now. I'm getting better now, and I thank God for it. Because the men are doing what I'm doing, or did what I suggest that you begin to take some self care, because I can't be here for you all if I don't take it myself. And that's what I want to do. You got it?
Okay, so I was kind of thinking about it, like you said, you have this mindset, like your opinion on things. Sometimes you're like, Dad, like what? But it's like it's not something that I want you to change because that's how you are. That's how you grew up. You know, that's what makes you you. But it's just like sometimes we're like, this man, God, come get your dad, like
Across the home,
right?
Yeah, I do have my opinion. My opinion is not always right, and I can accept when I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, y'all keep praying for me. Y'all keep praying. This has been more than wonderful, and I just want to tell y'all as a father that I am so proud of y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I always wish you the best. To you fathers out there who don't have a relationship with your children, you don't know what you're missing. You don't know that the gift that God gave you is special. So if kudos to you fathers who are out there taking care of your family and being, but you guys who are out there and are just men by design, a male by design, become a father. It's not too late. Young ladies, don't make it difficult for a father who try to be a father. But you men have to step up. We have to step up as men and take our rightful place as leaders of our family. So this episode has been wonderful. I thank y'all so much. This is Alvin and his angels. We'll see you later on Life and Marriage with Alvin and Marcy. Good night.
Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Thanks for watching.